Well, this is Eric
Devi.
with Wisdom Heart. We have a very juicy one today to talk about. Someone wrote in, I want to let go. It's talking about a family situation, conflict in a family. I want to let go, ... But I believe I'm right. Who hasn't been there? I want to let go, but I believe I'm right. What do we do with that?
Yeah, you got the two parts right there. Right there. And for me, I think in one of those journeys of letting go, I had to at least, be willing to sit with that for a little bit, and be willing to, in my mind, see the possibilities of their situation and my situation and let it cool down a little bit for me emotionally, and then get to the place where I wanted to forgive and let go more than I wanted to be right. Because why would I want to be right if it's painful? If I'm keep running this negative track in my mind, when I go sit down to meditate, or when I go to sleep, or I wake up in the morning, it's like, he did this, she did this. No, I don't want to do that. I realize that's completely bankrupt. And I don't want that other person to be doing, wish them to be doing that either. So the start wanting to let go starts becoming much stronger. The forgiveness, letting go part gets stronger than I'm right part.
What does it even mean to be right? What does it mean to us? It's worth investigating, because that's early backing up still. It's
Sure,
like, what does
true.
it mean to be right? Does it mean that the world organizes itself and acts in ways that validate my perspective, that they let go of their perspective and validate my perspective? Does it mean that everything and everybody rearranges themselves to be in accordance with my model of reality? That's certainly the way I do being right, Now, the thing is, who's suffering? Who's suffering in this question? We know the backstory. So we know the person who's suffering is the one who's caught in this inner conflict, which is being unwilling to let go because it somehow feels like a loss of my rightness and a loss of my integrity. That's worth investigating. How can I be established in a deep sense of integrity without the need for the validation of my own rightness from others?
And there is something along with that that just sparked, that's like, it's not, letting go is not being a doormat. Letting go comes from a place of strength and stability. I'm strong within my being, and in that strength and stability, I find the point of balance, the place of balance, and in that, integrity.
And the letting go is automatic at that moment.
You realize, why would you want to hold on to say somebody threw you, a big chunk of gold, and it was like just came out of the furnace. You wouldn't want to hold on to it even though you want it. You don't. You're going to drop it.
Yeah.
You're smart. Why get burned?
So in the Bhagavad Gita, the story takes place on a battlefield where family members are at war. But the overarching metaphor is it's the inner battle that we have to win. And the inner battle is the one that this person has sent in, which is between the parts of ourselves. Sure, there's an event. The event is the trigger that reveals the tension between the part of me that wants to be right and the part of me that wants peace. And as long as I can't hold both of those clearly and open-heartedly, it'll be really hard for me to find that point, that balance point where my integrity embraces both my own sense of truth and my commitment to living a life of not creating conflict for myself and for others, but rather proceeding forward to create more beauty, more wisdom, more joy. It's not easy when we have these parts of us in tension, but they're parts of us that need to be seen, held, and embraced.
We're talking about ordinary conflict here. We're not talking about something extreme at this point. We're not talking
Yes, if
about
abuse is taking place, that's something that needs to be remedied externally before we do the inner work of harmonizing and balancing the emotions within us.
Right, because really when we're holding on to that anger or frustration or upsetment or, I'm right, how could they possibly do this to me? It's just like, it's ruining our health, our bodies, our minds, our emotions. It's toxic. So even if you just start with that standpoint, let's let go of it. Let's let go of it and start loving ourselves enough that we would be willing to let go all the way through, all the way through, all the way through.
And then see what is revealed.
It's always one layer after the next.
Okay, Shanti.
Shanti.